Okay, Rob, I got everything running here. Of course, the boiler is yours as well, and the engine. I've got the alternator on it, and I've got it hooked up to a temporary battery. I've got to keep that one. Everything's working good. I've got the hose on it here, as you can see. Hand pump is right here. I'll go over that later, I guess. Everything's working great. Beautiful gauge on it. Just gorgeous. Nice whistle, great sound. Turn down your volume, I'll pull the whistle here. Beautiful. Let's see. Let's go over the engine a little bit. This alternator that's on it is putting out DC power with no switch. It doesn't need anything, and it turns off automatically once the battery is charged. So that's good. And the engine itself, these are the blowdown valves for the cylinder, so you always want to open those up like that before you start the engine. The oiler, these valves are, I have them set at about a quarter turn open. I think half to a quarter. That's all it needs, is to get a little bit of oil from the container here into the engine. And that's a hydrostatic lubricator. You might look that up. And this is this is the drain for it. And you'll see the water coming out of it there. So you know that it's using some oil. And you can just fill it through the cap here. That's steam oil. Let's see. I don't use these oilers, they're more for decoration. They're small and they work real good on here, but I just use an oil can, you know, like this. Just a little bit of oil on them, each one, and that's all it needs. And this is an oil point here too, on the eccentric. I just kind of push it in there and give it a squirt. This is a grease fitting here. And I'll fill that one before it goes out. And that's about it on the engine. So I'll turn on the steam valve here, and I'm going to send this valve with it, and the hose and everything, of course. Sometimes you might have to give it a pull. So once you've blown out those valves, you want to close these. They get hot, so be careful of them. You work kind of fast on them. And it's rocking around here on my little stand, but you'll have something more permanent. So it's putting out voltage right now, even at that RPM. Turn it up here. That's about as fast as it goes. About 250, 300 RPM. That's the engine. The alternator is spinning at about 1,000. I'm just using the valve here to get different speed out of it. Steam engines aren't, you know, meant to run real fast. They only, you know, their maximum RPM might be 250, 300 RPM. And this exhaust pipe here, once you get it where you want to hook it up to go up into the stack, up into here, and then go up with it, it'll create a draft. And let's see, so the water pump is here. I just have a bucket with water in it. This is the airlock valve. And if you ever get, it won't pump, got to be opened all the way. See the water coming out of it. Sometimes you get an airlock in the pump and it won't pump. So what I do is when I'm filling the boiler, I take and fill the hose here and pump it a few times and get water into the pump. You always want to, if it's going to freeze, you want to make sure that pump is drained of water. You might even take off this check valve that's on it. And this is their fill and drain. And because the engine's right here, I can't, open it up at all because it'll spray steam all over the engine. So you plug the hose on here and fill it. Watertight glass, I always keep it at no lower than this. I've got to start getting some water and it goes up to about halfway. And I just make a normal fire in it. And I stack wood on the left and the right side, and then I just make like you were making a campfire. Kindling, start with kindling. Things are hot here. Tricocks are right here. Don't use them much. They're mainly because it's required on a boiler. Of course, the whistle. This is the blower valve. It moves a lot of air through the boiler, through the fire. And this is your draft door and ash pan down here. You usually have it open an inch or two. And this boiler, the pop-off valve is set at 80 pounds. It'll start leaking at about 75 or 80 pounds, down to 60 now. But it'll run the engine and keep up with a good fire going, in the 60-pound range. Continuous running of the engine. And it's slowing down a little bit now, but I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. Really sweet running engine, beautiful. I painted the little flywheel. It never had any green paint on it, so I painted that up for you. It was just kind of polished, but I never got to painting it. So I think that's all. It's running really good. I'll be shipping it out whenever it's paid for.